Hey y'all, hey, this is Nia. Welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna do a little well, it's not even a story time. It's about if I didn't tell y'all, I live in a part of Kentucky, which Kentucky is pretty big. I lived in the city and I've also lived in the town, and just I wanted to talk about like maybe what you should know, like the differences since I've lived here. I've lived in Kentucky like all my life, so Kentucky's like all I know. And I lived in the city for most of my life, and now I'm starting to live in the town. Um, and I'm gonna tell y'all, about city life. And it was also like a a big transition for me because when I got older, I decided to live in, because the city is a fast-paced life, and the town is like a slower way of, slower way of living. And it, I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. So it all came to me because I had been living in Louisville. Like I pretty much lived a lot of places, and it all started out like it was something that happened in my life, and I decided, I was thinking about it actually, and then I finally just made the decision like, hey, I want to change. Maybe a change might be good for me, and so me living in the city, like I've been everywhere, I know a lot of people. Once you live somewhere for a long time, you know a lot of people. Even though I'm an introvert now, I didn't used to always be an introvert. But I very much am now as I got older. I learned a lot of things along the way. So I lived in a city. I lived in a city, and just basically, as I'm growing up, I decided to go ahead, and the city was just too much, and then so much stuff started to happen, and I was like, well, why don't I just move to, you know, another town and get a fresh start. So me being in the city, I done been to school, and I done had so many apartments. So I'm like, hey, what's it gonna be like if I did want to move away from Kentucky, but I had to give myself a chance. So basically, I'm like, okay, well, let me move like maybe an hour or so, a little bit out the city, and see what is going to work for me and how I would like it. So I decided to move out the city into a town in Kentucky. So the town, yeah, nobody would be like, people would be like, hey, well, why would you want to move here? Like, I actually thought at the beginning that I would not like it, but it's really growing on me. So, I'm really starting to like. So one thing was, I was noticing it was a cheaper way of living in a town versus a city. Like everything changed from the rent prices to gas. Everything just changed for me, and it it's just a real like a small town feel. It's very peaceful versus me being in the city, and I really do like it, which I thought I wouldn't. I enjoy working down here, and I like the people. Like people, pretty much friendly. Um, it's very affordable. Um, that was like the biggest part. And you know, like sometimes you get a little lonely, but at the same time, it's like me being here, not knowing very many people, it's like I have a peace of mind. It's like a peace of mind. I can, you know, this is a peace of mind, and everything's like better. So, let me see. The best thing about being in the city, and I'm gonna tell y'all the city I'm from. I'm from Louisville. You say it all types of ways. I say Louisville. You say Louisville. You say Louisville. I say Louisville. That's the way I say it. So we are famous for the Kentucky Derby. The Kentucky Derby comes once a year. You know, if y'all don't know, it's a derby race. It's a horse race. We're very much known for that. You come down here, it's a blast every first weekend in May. So it's really, really nice. So if you ever want to, you know, come through Louisville around May time, Derby is it. That's pretty much what you'll be doing. Going to the races, going down to Churchill Downs, and it lasts from Thursday all the way up to Sunday. So it's like a whole weekend, 4-day weekend. Also, you can like expect everyone's always selling stuff, you know, shirts, food, there's vendors everywhere you go. You can get cheap rides. If you catch somebody, you can get cheap rides. People that are Ubering in their cars, all types of stuff like it. That's one of the best things. One of the worst things is, like soon as I left the city, it was kind of crazy. It got kind of crazy, even more crazy. As far as like, you know, the violence and all that, it got even more crazy. And I think it was just good for me to leave, you know, because there's too much going on in the city. And I'm older now, and I really like this, you know, peace and quiet. And since I moved in this town, ain't nothing crazy happened. Nothing. Probably one or two things didn't happen. And I'm just like, things can happen anywhere, but I'm more peaceful than anything. And I'm not far from my family though, but anytime like I want to go see my family, I can do it. You know, they not that far away. So then I call and stay in touch with them, and you know, we communicate. So I'm all right. You know, I don't run up and down the road because my life is down here. I also go to school down here. I work down here. So it's not really, it's, you know, it's mainly when I go in the city is when I'm going to visit my family. Pretty much, what else? I've just made my life down here and I love it, you know. I meet a couple people, but not too many people. I stay busy a lot. That's what, because I used to be like, oh, I'm so lonely out here, but I stay very busy. So, that works for me. What else can I tell y'all about living in Kentucky? The city, it can be, what else haven't I, let me see, what else haven't I